To welcome you to our press conference this afternoon. And I'd like to start by welcoming a whole bunch of people who just made a whole lot of money. Give a nice welcome to our champions. Casey Field, Marty Yates, Caleb Driggers, third time, Jess Lockwood, Junior Negata, Court Shear, Tacey Bettis, Matt Reeves. Give him a nice welcome. Would you do that? Is this thing on? Folks, before we ask these guys any questions, I'd like you to meet the man who 5 years ago had the idea for the American and brought it to fruition, and I think probably is kind of proud of what I think you're going to find out was a pretty successful day today. Randy Bernard.
Thank you, Steve. Well, first, let me thank all of you for doing such a great job all week covering this. I would say probably 7-8 years ago, we came up, I had this concept I wanted to do, and Jerry Jones wanted to do it. Unfortunately, because of my commitments, I couldn't do it. And then 5 years ago, we were able to pull it off. I don't think that in my dreams, I ever thought it could be so big and so good and so fun to watch. And from day one, it was about changing lives. I mean, that's what we wanted to do. And I think right here is the perfect example of changing lives. And you see people starting their career here, and you see people that are ending their career. Casey Field, $433,000 today. I mean, that's a pretty good way right there at the end of your career to finish out. And I think that's what it's about. And I love always really positioning this that it's the American dream. I mean, kids all across America tonight, I hope are hoping that they grow up like these guys and want to get in this sport because it's one of the greatest sports in the world. And so really when you put an event like this on, it takes champs and it takes the best in the world. And I think one of the most amazing parts of the day for me is to see such great stock. Not one person on this stage is here because they drew something and got lucky. They rode their butts off in every one of their events because of the great stock. So I want to give the stock contractor an incredible amount of credit for the type of animals they brought here today. And I also want to thank my staff. I mean, when you look at this staff, at PBR I had 150 people. At IndyCar I had 450 people to put events on. Today, this event was put on with 12 people. 12. And I think that when you look at what they did, it was, in my opinion, it was a first-class event, and that's what you hope for. So all I want to do right now is congratulate each and every one of these. I'll take questions if there's any. If not, we'll get it open the floor to all these guys too. All right, let's open it up and let you ask these guys some questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Oops, almost lost it. Where do we want to start?
Not everybody at once.
Yeah. Let me kind of go down the line just to kind of get this started. Matt Reeves, did you haze for Hunter the first year he won this in 2014?
My mayor did. Riley
Your mayor did,
actually,
yeah.
I was up, so Riley did the haze.
You made a comment on stage about this gives you a chance to buy more Angus cattle. Has it set in that $433,000 is headed to your bank account?
No, I won't stay there long, but it's
Tell me about your last run.
man, I saw a steer go Friday night when I went to Hayes for Hunter over there. Shane Fry ran him, knew the steer was good. I got a great start. It was fun. When I got to his horns, it was good. It's been fun. I made the horses. I did all the work, and it's fun.
There you go.
So, yeah, it's been good.
What now? I mean, does this change the way you rodeo at all?
Well, I'm old, so I'm the old guy on stage. So I think that's changing how I rodeo more than anything. So I don't know. I mean, my goal was to win enough that I didn't have to go to 100 rodeos already. That's the goal to, we all want to make the NFR too, and that's where you're going to be. This is just one of those things. This is the most incredible bonus I've ever seen. I've never won a shootout like this at anything. I've won second and third a lot. So this is, this is awesome. If you want a cool story, that horse, I owned a yellow horse that I won a lot of money on. It's that horse's dad.
Really?
That horse there is by that horse, and he's just out of a really, really good mare. I bought him because of the mare, but the horses do mean a lot to me, so that's the fun part.
Awesome. By the way, I'm just going to kind of throw a couple of questions out, but I'll watch you guys, and if you have something you want to go to anybody with, just raise your hands. Hand that over to Tacey. A year ago, the WPRA's Rookie of the Year. You didn't get started winning money last year until what, June? Really? Reno?
That was my first big win. But when I left to go out for the summer, I had 20,000 won.
Yeah.
So the first started off was Corpus, and then after that, for the next till Reno was where I won the 20,000. But that's all I had.
Tell these guys about the moment when you realized you had won the rodeo, because I saw you up on the. They had a picture of you up on TV, and that was enough calisthenics for most of us for about a week.
I went ballistic. I just started jumping up and down and screaming. I had a good run. I just got a little bit behind, and he kind of left me around the first, and so I was kind of playing catch up as we were going, and so I thought, well, we'll see. But panned out, and yeah, I went crazy.
Yeah. Talk about the rest of these barrel races that were here today. This is a great field.
Yes, it was. That was a dirty, tough barrel race, and to be in the mix of all that, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I still don't really have words. It hasn't all sunk in yet, but this is life-changing for me. So,
Yeah. Awesome. Tacey Bettis, Round Top, Texas.
thank you.
Court Shear, Ellesmere, Nebraska. You just won $433,000, cowboy.
Yeah, it ain't sunk in yet.
You're a cattleman. Amy made it. I thought Amy asked you a good question up on stage. She said all of our audience in rural America can relate to what you do. Today you win $433,000. Tomorrow you go home and take care of the cows again.
Yeah, I left probably about a week ago, went to San Antone, rode there, I've been gone. But yeah, me and my sister, we're going to drive back tonight, and my brother, he's been night cabbing for me, all my heifers and stuff. I'm very blessed to have an amazing family that allows me to be out on the road while all my cows are back home. So I'm not even probably going to be mad night checking tomorrow. I'm going to be pretty happy.
Yeah. Tell me about Medicine Woman. What have you got a history with that horse?
Yeah, me and her kind of go back a little bit, I guess. I got on her here and won second on her the year Wade won it on Stampede, and I thought I rode that horse really good, and the horse is unreal. I just got on at San Antonio the other day. It was 89 on her, and I won the round on her, and so that halter fits my rein pretty good. I love that horse, and it was kind of one of those deals, it's kind of mine to lose in my mind, coming in there. And even when I got off, I wasn't going to dang sure throw my hat because, that daggum Clay Elliott, that kid is nasty. And I was excited to see him ride. And I'm real happy for myself, but it's fun watching my buddies go out there. That's kind of what gets me going.
Yeah. Court Shear from Nebraska, 5 times national finalist.
Yes, sir.
And having a pretty good year this year.
Yeah, it's been real good.
It just got a lot better.
Yeah, it's a great year. I don't care how it ends now.
Yep, no kidding. Hand it over to Junior. Junior Negata, you just got a chance to help Caleb Driggers win his 3rd title at this rodeo with 3 different healers. I saw you wiping a tear out of your eye when you were riding out of the arena. How emotional was this for you?
Sir, this rodeo means a lot to me, and Caleb is a veteran out here, and he's amazing. He done with, doesn't matter who's healer behind it, just have to catch 2 feet. But this rodeo was my first rodeo, the biggest rodeo. I come from the qualifier with Jake. Jake got invited, and before I even start rodeoing, and Jake said, hey, I have to go over there and do a little deal like a match rope, and you want to hear from me, and then we're gonna have a shot to go for $1 million. And I couldn't understand nothing. I said, well, I go rodeo, rope, steers, fine. Fun. I get there, have everybody at Speedy Williams, and they'll say, oh man, I start shaking. And then we made the finals. Yeah. And we're close to win. I think we won 3rd or 2nd that year. And I've been pretty blessed over here. I made the top 4 times, and I've been here 5 times, and but I never won it. And I was so close. Even last year, we just made a really good run. And our first one come back, we just are so tough, and we're 4 flat. Wasn't fast enough. Ended up winning 3rd. And I just like, man, I love to win this rodeo. You know, been so close, and their kind of style, we just gotta go after him, gotta go fast, and we just done a great run on our first one, come back first again. And then we had to be 5 flat. That scared me. Sometimes better to be like 3 something, you know. And but Caleb just, I thought about just Caleb gonna have a good start, run all the way to him a little bit, just throw 1 car and turn. But I let the steer go straight a little, and he just reached half mile. And as soon as I know his steer's already going left, I was in a hurry and trying to catch. I roped him. I didn't know it was fast enough. I looked back, dropped my hat, and everybody just cheered. I said, I did it. The sheriff said, sure I did it. Yeah, you did it. I said, let me look the time. And that was awesome, you know. This rodeo is amazing, you know. Even for me coming from Brazil, can you imagine from all the American cowboys, you know, it is amazing, life-changing. Can you imagine for a kid from Brazil had a chance to be on this stage and compete against the best cowboys I grew up watching. It's the best, you know, rodeo and the best people in the whole world. And it is a blessing from God, you know, can get better. It is a life change. Win 100,000 one day, 2 steers, 2 horses, and those guys done great. It is a blessing. We need to thank all the sponsors and all the people.
Was it kind of like with all those Brazilian bull riders running around up here this week? This may be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it. Was it kind of like Old Home Week for you guys a little bit?
That was good because we got to speak Portuguese and work with everybody. Have some fun. We just go by one scream, just like, oh, yes. One friend hangs out there, other here. That's fun.
I don't want to skip Jess, but hand that down to Caleb real quick. Jess, we'll get back to you. Right. Caleb, I said something on the radio. I really think you guys have become more than just partners and more than just friends. You guys are kind of like brothers now, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. He lives about 400 feet from my house now, and yeah, we've grown pretty close together. He's a great human being, as you can listen to him speak and how hard he's worked at it, and he makes me want to work hard at it too, you know, and I think that's a good partnership, is keep each other thriving, wanting to do better and be a better person.
You were 3-3-2 on your first run. And Junior talked about this. All you had to do was be 5 on your second one. Is it tough to? You don't think about safety and up in this sport, do you?
Well, that's the hardest part. The start was pretty quick today, but with a barrier, we wouldn't win anything. So I didn't want to take ourselves out of not winning anything at all. So I had to make sure and give him a good start. And then when I stuck it on him, he started following left a little bit, and he pulled off an amazing hill shot. I still don't know how he done it, but that's why he's my partner.
Yep, awesome. 3 different partners now you've won this thing with.
Yes, sir. Travis Graves, Patrick Smith, and now Junior. I've been, like he said, I've made it to the Final Four times as well, and me and him wasn't fast enough last year, but I really wanted to win it with him.
All right, Justin, here we go. I'm going to get Jess in the middle of this now. Jess Lockwood, 20 years old. You 20 or 21 now, Jess?
20.
Youngest champion in the history of the PBR. You just won $100,000. What are you thinking?
I'm not complaining. I know that much.
How are you feeling? How banged up is your knee?
Oh, it's good. Heck, winning fixed everything. It wasn't that bad in the first place, so rub some dirt on it. I'm good.
Awesome. Tell us about that last ride.
You know, that bull, I won Deadwood, South Dakota on him. I won Austin Built Ford Tough Series on him. I won the 3rd round of the PBR World Finals on him. And now this, I think I'm going to take this $100,000 and buy that bull from Chad Berger and put him out in my front yard, because he's done me a lot of good.
You made the comment. You said this bull won me a world title last year.
Yeah, that was the bull that won me the world title, and he's just a great bull, and I can't thank Chad Berger enough.
Let's go down to Marty. Caleb's won it 3 times. Marty, you've won it back-to-back. How big a deal is that to you?
Oh, it's huge. You know, come over here last year just with the feeling that it's awesome to compete at a stage like this, you know, and to be able to come out on top when it's over and be sitting here a year ago today. It was an unreal feeling, and to be able to do it again, I mean, it's pretty tough. There's 15 of the other best calf ropers in the world, and to be able to win it twice in a row, I think it might say something.
I think Randy Schmutz said this in-house. I think that's the fastest time we've ever had at the American.
Oh, it's the fastest time I've ever been. I know that.
Different horse this year than last year, right?
Yes, sir. This is actually my good horse that I've rode for the last 3 years, I think. He's just been phenomenal. Last year he was crippled during the winter rodeos, and I had to get on that other horse, and shoot, it was still awesome for me, but it's just cool to be able to win on him. He's gave me so much in the last few years that, shoot, he deserves just as much as I do.
Yeah. Let's talk to Casey for a minute. Casey Field, start of the day. So you kind of like Virgil?
Yeah, he ain't bad.
Tell me about that last ride.
Yeah, that horse, I had him here a few years ago in the 4 round and ended up second on him. I was 88 on him. I tried riding him like a big, strong horse and tried muscling through it, and it didn't work very good. I didn't win first, so my main goal today when I seen I had that horse was just turn loose and pretty much go nuts. You know, just rip your feet as hard as you can, get a lot of drag so your hips stay up underneath there, and just hang on when he falls out of the air and close your eyes, I guess. But no, that horse, he's phenomenal. Every time he cracks his latch, he's the real deal. That's a bucking horse.
$433,000 in one day. I didn't think you were ever going to quit smiling.
He still has it.
Yeah, good point.
No, this is a big day for me. I've had a lot of success in my career. I've been very blessed to stay healthy as long as I have and to win what I have, and very thankful for it and appreciative of it. But today, $433,000. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm retiring anytime soon, but as a bareback rider, my body, it takes a beating every time I go out there, and if I have 8 more years left, I'll be real happy, and I can set myself up a little better. But being 30 years old, winning $433,000, I could go home and start a business or invest in something where, when I'm done rodeoing, I don't have to go and get a 9-to-5 job. I can raise some horses or some cattle, or keep the cowboy mentality and just live like a cowboy the rest of my life.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to open it up. I threw a few questions at him. Let's go around the room.
Questions?
Let's hear it, Jason.
Gee, thanks, Casey. How can I follow that? No. This is actually for Junior. We talked about how emotional you were, and a lot of people may not know that this is very special for you because of what happened less than about 24 hours ago with your dad, and what this means and what this is going to do for your family. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people probably read about my story, but who's the one don't know? I'm gonna my dad, he was on the great roper back home and cowboy, just like he was back in the day. He was compared like Mr. Roy Cooper. And when I was 5 years old, my dad passed away, and he loved horse, and he worked so hard. He was a great person and great professional. And yesterday, my mom get to go with a big party they just nominated my dad to be the Hall of Fame back home, the AQHA, and I couldn't get there. I just sent a video, and by the way, my dad died. He was rodeoing, and my dad he had a heart attack. He turned around the box, about to nod his calf, and he died. And that's the last time he was singing, and he gave 100% every time. And I knew how close I was here to win this rodeo a couple of times. And yesterday, they just honored him back home. And my mom get to speech. And means a lot to me out there. I was thinking about, I don't know if I'm giving 100%, Maybe I'm trying hard, but I don't know. Am I giving 100% when I get in the box? Am I trying to be the best I can? Because my dad, he gave everything, every moment. He died. He was bad and sick, and he didn't care. He loved what he was doing, and he gave 100% he got. And today I just say this rodeo means so much to me. And I prayed. I said, Lord, did you help me just, do the best of our ability? Me and Caleb get together, pray, and I had this in my mind. We haven't broke really good. I haven't broke really good, and I just get back home and practice. And today was a whole different deal. And I just say, when I get in that box, I'm gonna try to get the focus, and I just gonna give 100%, no matter what. and it was amazing. That's why I was just like, I'm always kind of crazy. Everybody say it emotion, you know. But today I was just crying because it was very, very special to me.
Right up front.
This question is for Casey. Hi, Casey, you mentioned being able to retire real well and not have to work 9 to 5. Talk about that a little bit more, because this in reality can really set you up, especially if you invest it now in something good. And just share more on your thoughts, because I thought you made a good point there.
Well, like I said, I'm not retiring anytime soon. I still got some big goals I need to accomplish. But $433,000, you know, I hope in 10 years that will make me $4 million. You know, and if I'm smart with it and do the right thing and make the right choices and do what's right all the time, you know, I think I'll be blessed where I like you said, I don't have to go get a 9 to 5, and I can stay home with my kids and see them off to school and pick them up when they get home from the school bus. And I hope that I can make the right decisions with this amount of money, like I said, to stay home and be a cowboy. I want to ride horses every day with my kids. I want to, you know, just what cowboys live about. It's getting up and doing what you want to do and not having a boss being told what to do, and just going about life happy-go-lucky. I guess. I don't know. That's kind of a hard question.
I know so far we're seeing more of you this year than we did last year. Does this really spur you on to just go hard the rest of the year after winning this?
Yeah, for sure. This is a big confidence booster for me. I've kind of had a rough couple years. Last year not making the NFR, I had a little rough luck with my health, but and even this winter, you know, there's been times where I've rode really good, but it's still just I'm not quite seeing it like I need to, like a champion would. And today, I guess it was $1 million, I guess, on the line that kind of motivated me a little bit to where, you know, I marked that horse out and I could see his ear flicker. I seen everything that was going on. I could have popped a bubble with my bubble gum up on his back tonight. But it's a big confidence booster for me, and I'm looking forward to continuing this year and accomplish my goals and winning a couple more world titles.
As the face of rodeo and behind the scenes, the face of agriculture, how do you guys work to preserve and impact an industry that in today's society seems to kind of be dying?
Well, this $433,000 is going to help that too. Another one of the goals of mine is I hope that I can build a place and have some young kids come over and, you know, not just have a school, but I want to teach them, you know, what a cowboy does when he wakes up and the true meaning of life and happiness. And it's not all about winning gold buckles and winning millions of dollars. It's the people and the friends that you have in this business, and the more that you know, that you can set yourself up to where you can help kids when you're done with your career. I would love to have a kid over every other week and teach him how to ride bucking horses and show him what it takes to be the best. And that's part of it. And these guys are the same way. They want to help. All the success that we've had, we wish every little kid in this building could see and witness the things and have everything that we've had. Every one of us are blessed and want to share it with everybody. And the experiences that we have, we want them to have. There's nothing like it in the world. The Western industry is the best sport there is. Rodeo, agriculture, whatever it is.
Justin, I know you got a question, but I don't know, Matt, Court, you guys are both in the cow business. You want to follow up on that at all? Either one of you guys want to?
Give it your best shot, bud.
Yeah, good luck, Court. No, yeah, kind of what Casey said, you know, it's always, we do a bunch of schools, you know, and like a lot of times in schools we do the best we can, but there's only so much time and so many horses we got, and you can never do as good a job as you can with just one-on-one. And I mean, at most bronc schools, you know, people ask me how to do this and how to do that, and most of them guys, my main advice is just go get on a saddle horse. I mean, it has nothing to do with riding broncs. I mean, Wade Sundell's a bull rider, and he figured out how to ride broncs. I mean, because he's a cowboy, you know, he knows how to ride saddle horses. It's feeling horses. It's being a cowboy. I mean, is how you get good. I mean, you got to be able to feel horses. You got to know what to do and what not to do. I mean, you got kids running around getting their head kicked off running behind horses. I mean, you got to educate them. And I think RFD and rodeo, I mean, is a great atmosphere for that. So that's my main goal, to help kids. I'd always love to do it. I know my parents, they spent their last dime, you know, packing me around playing football, wrestling, anything I wanted to do. And I would have thought we were billionaires. I had no idea. You know, they spent everything to get me down the road. And, you know, shoot, Dad couldn't come watch. He never watched me come ride, and I didn't really know why, but he couldn't afford to. I mean, we had somebody back home watching after the place, you know, so that's kind of what I want to do is give back to everybody, because I'd never be sitting in this chair if it wasn't for my family and my friends, and everybody helped me out. And it ain't all me sitting up here, you know, it's the Lord above. It's all my family and friends, and I'm doing my dangest to do anything I can to anybody that wants me to help them. I might not have the right advice, but I'll tell you something, or I'll point you in the right direction if I know where it's at. So that's my main goal.
I'm a little different, I guess, than some of this. I didn't grow up with that stuff. My main thing as far as ag goes is like my dad took care of us when my parents got divorced, and we lived with my father, and he did whatever he could. And he got us where we wanted to go, and he took us all the places he could, and it means a lot now. I guess I was like him. I didn't think we were that broke. I guess maybe we were, but I mean, it didn't seem that bad. But I mean, like, this money will help. You know, maybe my kids will have a lot of cows to look at sometime. We're building it as we go, and rodeo's been good to me. I feel like I've rodeoed smart, but man, we own cows, and we're getting more cows, and it's gone well. The Angus Association's helped me, so yeah, I mean, I love that fact. And I mean, black cattle do a lot, and I mean, they help the market and the things that they've done. And so it's good to be a part of an organization like that. Maybe I can help keep it going. I mean, we've been going to all these stock shows, and we'll all go to Houston here in a little bit. And I mean, stock shows were important to me. We showed, and I can't tell you I had a lot of success, but I learned a lot. I can't tell you that I used my degree very good, but I got one from Texas A&M, and it's got cool stuff on it. I mean, I graduated from A&M with honors, like magna cum laude, and I'm not telling you that you need to do that to be a rodeo cowboy, and it's cool. But when kids come or stuff, I mean, to me, you need to go to school. You need to get an education, and more so than just going to school. If I'm going to give kids advice in the ag industry or anything else, you need to go away and be your person, and you need to learn to live at school too. And that's something people don't do very much anymore. These kids are hauled around, their parents are going with them, and you see they're just there all the time, and that's great, but you got to go be you someday, because you can't go run a ranch, or you can't go do it if you don't think for yourself. So go to school, get out there, have some fun with it, but learn who you are and learn how to take care of you, and do that. And I hope this money does set it up where my kids have some cows to look at when I'm done. And that's the goal I have. I want to be there where, like Casey said, I want to be able to send them to school and get them back. And I mean, my wife can't quit working, but I mean, it sure will make it a lot. It'll be like she got a raise without a mortgage, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, so it's pretty fun. But my in-laws run a lot of cattle, and I mean, my dad runs more now, and so it's awesome. I mean, being a cowboy's fun. And no matter what anybody says, I don't think there's anybody up here that'll say, you get up in the morning and you're mad at your job. I've never got up and been like, man, this sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, it's bad some days, but you're not like, man, you don't have to go turn a nut. You're not putting in a rivet. So this is this is as good a job as you can have if you do well at it. But it can teach you a lot, and it's a lot. Count your blessings and be thankful for everything you've been able to do, and this was a heck of a deal.
Justin, you had your hand up a minute ago. Right behind you is Mike.
Let's jump over here to some turn and burn action. Let's talk to Casey. I know that horsepower is half of it. You want to tell us a little bit about your horse?
Yeah, I got him 5 years ago, and he'd been to one jackpot. So I had kind of quit riding for a couple years and did some other things in life, and this is just ultimately what I wanted to do. And so I got him, and we just kind of slowly progressed and through the years. And in 2015, I won 2 AQHA world titles, and that's when I kind of thought, maybe this horse is a real deal. Maybe I should step up my game. So I started, you know, doing things different and going to work out and stuff like that. And he got hurt, and we had to have surgery on him, and I was off of him 7 months, and I got back on him in March of 2017, and I bought my card, and in December I made the NFR. So that horse is pretty special to me. We kind of, when I stopped rodeoing and doing things like that, he's taken those next steps with me when I got back into it. So I don't know, he just holds a really special place in my heart and gives me everything every single day.
Justin.
Jess, it's been a slow start to the season this year, the torn MCL. How big of a relief is it to get a win finally, and how can this maybe spearhead you towards a second world title?
No, I'm not going to lie. My year's been terrible up until this day. You know, you get the people that say he's a world champion, and he's sitting where he is in the world standings and just riding bad, and it hadn't been good, and I'll agree with it. But I felt myself today and just felt like everything clicked again finally. So I'm hoping it carries the momentum into the rest of the year.
Anybody else? One last question. Guys, we need to get the Cowboys or stadium back at some point. I'd like you all to give these guys one more round of applause. That was a great rodeo today, guys. Thank you.